Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would just stop in and give you a quick update about what I've been up to. I'm doing a craft fair with my niece for a Renaissance festival, and so I have been busy trying to get a little something done every day, because things do take longer than you really expect them to. But this is something that when I sit in the evenings and watch TV with my husband, or on the weekends if we watch a movie or something, I've been working on this. This is going to be a book cover, notebook cover. And one of these days I'm going to show you how to do a refillable notebook or a refillable journal. So I have figured out how to do that. I made one when when I went back to work, and I'm still using it. It works really well. If I want to take pages out and throw them away because I don't, like the way that they turned out, and then I redo them, I can just take them out and start over. And I like that fact, and the fact of I'm not going to run out of pages because I can refill it. But this is going to go on the front of a journal like that. And when I get a chance, I will come back and I will show you how I did that. So I kind of got the idea from my dad. Those of you that have been around a long time, that was Papa. And he used to keep some different things together. And I was putting this stuff away and I thought, you know what? I'm going to try doing that myself. And it worked out really well. So just a little teaser, and really a teaser because goodness knows when I'll get a chance to get back. So I try and get up about an hour before I have to get ready for work in the morning and work on some crafty things. And I just don't seem to have the time to get videos done and get them edited and uploaded. And I really apologize to all of you commenters that I haven't got back with you. I do read all of the comments, but I just don't get a chance to actually get my computer open and sit down and get them answered. But I really do appreciate them very, very much. And thank you very much for leaving them. So I'm going to try and get into some kind of a schedule. We'll just have to see how that goes. But so this is pretty much done. And I was really happy with the way that it turned out, like the fabric at the top. Whoops, I'm going to get too close here. But here you can see that there's no stitching, but that's where that design was on the fabric. So I just went ahead and used embroidery floss to fill in that design. I did a lot of just plain old slow stitching and added different bits and pieces, and did some ribbon roses and that type of thing. And I was just really happy with the way that it turned out, so I thought I'd show it to you because I'm pretty sure it's done. I need to edge it and then put it on the front of a journal. But originally when I did it, I folded it in half. I had enough fabric to go around the front and back of a journal, and then I stitched the whole thing together. And I didn't realize until I had already started stitching it. So I left it that way, and actually that was good because it did make it much more solid. So anyway, so I'll show you some of the things that I've been doing. Last year, I did these journals, and because it's a Renaissance fair, these were dinosaur eggs. And that's as far as I got. I did the corners and, did the eggs for the top. But I thought, they're just kind of hanging there. So I had some left, and I thought I am going to do a little nest to put on each one. And so I went ahead and I've got the nests done. I need to go ahead and get them, go ahead and get them glued on there. I'll use the E6000 so it holds well. But some of the colorful ones I did a colorful nest with. So they all either have this type or this type on them. And so I just like this year, everything that I've done is just super colorful. I don't know why, but that has just been the way that I have felt this year. And then I have done some little trinket trays. I forget, what did I call them? Trinket valets. Remember the valets from when I'm pretty old, but when I was younger, especially the gentlemen in the household had a valet on their dresser, and it was where they put their watch and their change and their keys. And but I thought, now we all walk into the doorway and we throw everything in a spot by the door. And I thought, isn't it nice to have something that's pretty? And these are recycled because I like to recycle. And these are just the old pickle trays and that type of thing, or you put your cheese ball on there, or you have little sandwich snacks, and you see them at the secondhand stores all the time. And they're beautiful and they're really heavy. So they work for just toss your things in there because they're not thin and chintzy. But I decided that if I colored them and made them really pretty that way, that they could be used for something different. Now they've all been alcohol inked. This one has nail polish in the middle. And this one has nail polish outlining this area here. So, and I believe, yeah, there's a little stripe of nail polish on each of the handles. That one's just, those are just plain. That one I actually very carefully used the alcohol ink to color just the roses and leaves. And these have all been alcohol inked, but I have not clear coated them yet. So I will need to clear coat them so that because the alcohol ink is on the outside, and so I want to clear coat them so that it doesn't lose its color. And then this is just kind of what you can use it for. You just can throw your bits and bobs in there. These are a couple things that I was playing with. I thought this was kind of fun, just because I've been into the whole fabric, you know, messing around with fibers. So I tried this one, and I was thinking this would be a really good idea to do like an infinity with embroidery floss. And you could use it for, you could put it on a necklace or a bracelet, but it takes a really, really long time, and I'm not super happy about how it turned out. So, that one, I probably will not make any more of those or do anything with that one. I do like the way these tassels look. And this is just a tassel, and then you split the top where you normally would put something through to hold it, and wrap your threads around it. And then you can wrap another layer of threads and put beads on them. So I do like that. But again, that really does take a long time. So it's not something, I mean, what is somebody going to do with it? And for the time that it takes to make it, like a couple hours. I mean, I suppose if you were super speedy, you could do it faster, but you know, I don't think that I want to do something like that. But, and then I was asked, what were the colorful balls? In the video, the last video that I did, someone saw them in the background, and these are little crystal ball nightlights. And so this one I covered with paper, but they're just the little lights, but they also, you can replace the battery, which I like, and they're Christmas bulbs. Most of them, that one is how the Christmas ball looked, but this one has been colored with purple alcohol inks, and I did the little bottom part too in case it shows. And I will take a little like a apron and put it over here of paper, put it around there, because these will all be sprayed too. But that's what those little bulbs are. They're little night lights, little crystal ball night lights. I thought the little girls and boys might like those, and so I had fun making those. They were really fun to make, and I made a bunch of these just because. And these, you can spray them with perfume and stick them in your drawers, stick them in your pockets. I showed you how to make the little balls. I saw it on YouTube. But whenever I have leftover bits of fabric, like even when I was making all of these things, I wound up with little bits of extra. And so I just throw them in this little jar. And then at some point I grab some of them out and make more little balls. I've made different sizes because I used to make them bigger. And my niece said, oh, they might be better if they were smaller ones. Somebody might want to get 2 of them and make them into earrings. So I've been making smaller ones. These are little leather rings, which they're just made out of little bits of leather. This one is just stamped. That one is sewn. And that one just has that little bead on it. And then I just got the little strips of leather, and on the back just used an X to put them together. It's just a little cheapy thing, you know, because sometimes little kids, they want something, but their parents can't afford anything expensive. So I like to try and do little bits and bobs. This is my needle roll. Oh, and something I wanted to tell you. Remember we did the dyed threads? Like these are all my own dyed threads. I haven't washed this yet. And reason being is somebody said, you know, that's probably not color fast. I thought, well, I never tried it. I watched somebody else do it, and then I did it with food coloring, which I thought stains, and it does stain, but you know what? It really does wash out. So those ones are all different ones that I made, but I think that they're very pretty and colorful, so they'll sit on my desk. Also, they are kind of fun to stitch with and then get them wet, see what they do to the fabric. But yes, I took the time to do this one, and it was after that that I had read somebody saying, I think that those will run. And so I tried heat setting them, and this one I ironed. And so I thought, well, this one might, but I still haven't got it wet yet. But then again, once I get it wet, I might like the little bit of how it runs. I don't know. We'll see. But so yeah, if you're going to do something like that, if you did a bunch of them like I did, I am sorry. I guess I should have, because I'm not a fabric person. We all know that, even though I'm really been having a lot of fun playing with it lately. Yeah, I didn't really think about color fast. So fabric has to be washed. But I did think about it when I did these patches. So these patches, like this is actual fabric paint. But these are patches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put eyelets in the top corners and use safety pins to pin them on. Now they can be sewn on, but my thought behind them is even little strips like this, just put one little eyelet with a little safety pin and another nice little cheapy thing. But you can move them from one thing to another. Instead of sewing it onto your clothes, you can patch it. You can just pin it to your shirt or to your purse or your jeans or whatever, and then unpin it and put it on something else. So I did a rose, and that's really big and bulky. I'm not really sure that you'd want that on your clothes, but they were fun. This one's fabric. That one is ribbon, and that is a yo-yo. So, and then I just had this was a piece of the sari silk, and it had that pattern on it. So I just added a few bits and sewed it to a piece of cloth. Now I still have to put felt on the back so that they are more finished, but I'm going to do that with a fabric spray glue, you know, so that it holds there. And but I really love the way that these turned out. These were really fun. And I did these with the sari silk that I got from the rag rugs. And so those are really fun. I think this is one that I did, I forget what they call that, and I think I may have shown you this a while back already. But this is a piece of a curtain or a doily or something. And I just cut out the bits of it and turned it into a butterfly. That one I think is terrible. But these are just little masks with, the pen is fabric pens. And so I just kind of put some color on them, and we'll just have to wait and see. But they've been fun to just play around with. But yeah, so this is what I've been up to. So for all of those of you that have sent me messages, I really, really do appreciate it. And I apologize for not getting back with you. But it's nice to know that you still think of me. I have these little charms. They're little geckos. And so I'm going to type up a cute little thing to go with them because I got a whole bunch of them once at a flea market. And so, but geckos are supposed to be good luck and like rejuvenation, because like they can like grow their tails back and that type of thing. So, and I thought I really like that. And so I'm going to make a cute little card to go behind them with an explanation on it. I haven't quite got it, you know, written up how I want it yet because I'm not real good doing that, but I'll get it figured out. And then I'm going to put those there too. But so that is what I have been up to. I have just been messing around with all of these things and trying to make sure that I have enough. I've also been working on some bags. So I don't have any of those in here, and I haven't quite got it down to where I like it yet. I haven't quite figured it out. So I think I finally have figured out the drawstring part of it. That was my problem. And so Now I just have to get around to getting those all finished up. But that's what I've been up to. I just thought I would stop and say, hey, I appreciate each of you, each and every one of you. If you click the bell, the next time I come back, you'll find me, because I'm really not sure how often I'm going to be back for a while. I'll get the hang of it, but I just haven't got the hang of it yet. I'm finally getting the hang of work. So it's been a long time since I've been outside the house working, and it has taken me a while to really get used to doing the working and, having time at home. Like, there's just doesn't seem to be any time at home. I don't know how I did it when my kids were little and we had a farm, and and I worked more than 40 hours a week. I don't know how I did it. Now I work 40 hours a week, no kids, no farm, and it's taken me a while to figure it out. So thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.